Seattle, Washington. Okay. Greetings, everyone. My name is Sakan Tim, live from Seattle, Washington. So before I go over the agenda and the background of the Mega Academy International, DAI, first I would like to pay my homage to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, and my respect to Venerable Muni Kuto TV, Sok, Venerable Sapa Panyo Ratasor. I haven't and good morning from Seattle to Mr. Toy Prung, Venables, and then to all students and staff here with us in this closing ceremony celebrations. So I'm honored to be here and be part of this special celebrations. I want to congratulate all of you today on completing the Buddhism in English level 4 class. So I know it is not easy for some of us, especially since English is the second language, while others can complete this class easily. However, you all are amazing because you made it to this day. So please remember and take this valuable knowledge you have learned with you, put it into practice in your everyday life, and feel it within your own experience. The goal is to be liberated. So congratulations to all of you. And I look forward to hearing your special messages. So now let's take a look at our agenda for this event. Everyone should be checked in between 8:20 to 8:30. And then between 8:30 to 8:50 Cambodia time, we will have Venerable Muni Puto TV Sok. He is the principal of the Mega Academy International DAI. He will present, a review and overview of the course. And then we have between 8:50 to 9 p.m. We have Venerable Subba Panyal Ratasor, Vice Principal of the Mega Academy International DAI. He will be presenting the relation between Pariyatti, means study, and Patipatti, practice. And then 9:15, 9 p.m. to 9:10, we will have Mr. Toy Prung. He is one of our curriculum development committee of DAI. He will present the importance of Buddhist studies in English. And then between 9:10, 9:50, Sister Sotiri will present the 7 selected students with their particular messages. And then Venerable TV will conclude our ceremony with loving kindness meditations. So keep in mind that this agenda may be subject to change if need be. So now we'll go over the background of the Mega Academy International DAI. The Mega Academy International DAI is currently a popular online learning platform and one of the main projects under umbrella of the Demiga Life Foundation, DLF, among many others that have played a role in part of our equitable society, inclusively located in Seattle, state of Washington, United States of America, which officially established in 2020 by a group of monks and lay devotees that have shared the same passion and vision, found and led by Venerable Muni Uto Sok TV, who currently resides at Wat Khmer, Hawaii, Buddha Ram, in the state of Hawaii, Big Island. DLF is also registered and recognized by the Secretary of State in the state of Washington as a nonprofit charitable entities. The primary objectives of the Mega Academy International is as follows: to forge and reinforce creating opportunity among the native Khmer language speakers, ordained monks, lay people, and other non-Khmer speakers alike. This approach can enrich their skills and knowledge, fluency, and deeper understanding of teaching the Buddha. The Mega Academy International aims at offering the Buddha's teaching classes that aligned with modern way of life and today's technological advancement. Furthermore, it is not seeking any profit in general and mainly sustains its longevity by abundance of compassionate community volunteering folks, along with public and private generosity. DAI has been directly engaged in tutoring and teaching of the Dhamma, Pali studies, English, and Khmer literature, part of its academic curriculum throughout Cambodia and several other foreign countries via online and social media platforms live daily. In addition, DAI has also been part of the Dhamma training program for many Cambodian monks and lay people who would like to strengthen their knowledge of Dhamma in English medium for the sake of overseas propagations. Since the opening, regardless of facing many obstacles and challenges, DI has been a source of significant gateway engaging in the social function activities among the communities back home and locally proved to be a positive impact in transforming and life-changing among the youth and senior communities with today's ever-changing world. Those subsequent programs include the Mika Sangha that mainly tailored to cultivation and development of well-being, loving kindness, environmental contribution, tree planting, environmental cleanup, humanitarian fundraising efforts for children's hospitals in Cambodia, teaching mindfulness meditations, and the Mika International Library project being run in Cambodia. Following is the list of some programs that have been successfully launched out and completed, along with a new program of 2023 being launched out as follows. 1. Buddhism in English Level 4. 2. Buddhism in English for All. 3. Abhidhamma 9 chapters. 4. Bali chanting class. 5. The fundamental of Bali language. 6. Buddhist psychology for well-being. 7. Sutta Pitaka class. 8. Mindfulness meditation course. 9. Abhidhamma question and answer course. Dhammika Life Dhamma Sandhana, the Dhamma discussion program, host in Khmer and English every Friday. So we do have, for more information, there's our email, our Facebook page, and website and YouTube channel. Now I will give the floor to Vinamuni Bhutto, TV Sok, Principal Dhammika Dhammika Academy International DI, who will provide a presentation on the reviewing an overview of the course. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Sakon, for your introduction, and would like to pay respect to all Venerable monks, especially Venerable Saratha, the Vice Principal of DAI, and greeting Mr. Brung Thoi, also the Committee of Curriculum Development for our DAI, and greeting all students. First of all, I would like to say congratulations to all of you. This is the last meeting for this course. I know that it's been not easy, not convenient for us as a second language speaker to study Dhamma in English. And also the Dhamma that we have learned is not that shallow. I think we have come so far to the very depths of the Buddha's teaching, which some of you may not have learned before, either in your own language, especially in Cambodian language. But I believe that this is the gateway to open something which is new for all of you to hear what has not been heard before, to learn what has not been learned before, and to have come across what you have not experienced before. That's why in our course, it is directed for all of you to be able to communicate better, and also to have the capacity to broaden your knowledge among different instructors, different presentators that you have studied with. So I like to make a review soon for what we have covered for this whole course, and hopefully you may remember most of them, if not everything, but at least some of the main ideas of what you have learned, because this is the very first course that our academy have tried to make a test. It's like a test to see how the reaction of our Cambodian students when studying the Dhamma in English, because so far we have not have any such system to conduct a Buddhist study in English like Dhammika Academy. So I believe we are the first one to have done this, and it is the first test with our student here joining. And since the beginning, we have many students, at least we have around 40 or something. But as time goes by, some students, they cannot catch up with the lesson. One of the main reasons because of their English capacity. And the second reason maybe they keep saying busy. So I think it's all, no matter how what happened, today is the last day, and we can see who can make it to the end. Some people who have good disciplines, good self-discipline, and also work hard for their study, pay more attention to their study, then they will surely be successful. Anyway, all of you who are in this Zoom platform right now, all are successful students who have accomplished their participation of this very course. So without further ado, I like to share screen just to give an overview of what we have learned so far. So as you can see that within this around 5 to 6 months, we have studied the general introduction to Buddhism, which is taught by me, by myself. We have learned the Pali pronunciation in Romanization. We have learned who the Buddha was, the Triple Gem, how to take refuge in the Triple Gem, undertaking the 5 precepts, the way of salutation, daily devotion and chanting. And then we have studied the fundamental teachings of the Buddha that includes the 4 Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Paths, the 3 universal marks of existence, the law of causation or dependent origination, meditation, samatha, vipassana. And then we have the chapter 3, essential discourses of the Buddha. So we have so far focused more on the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the first sermon of the Buddha, the ultimate aim of Buddhism, Nibbana, Mahasatipatthana Sutta, the establishment of mindfulness, or the 4 foundations of mindfulness, Mangala Sutta, the way to highest blessing, Parapava Sutta, the way of downfall, Sabbasava Sutta, getting rid of all chaos and troubles, Metta Sutta, universal love. So these are all the lessons that we have covered so far. And then we have different instructors or presentators who have joined with us. So I have grouped them. We see the instructors from Cambodia, from United States of America, and from Myanmar. So you see, we have 5 instructors from Cambodia, which is me by myself, and then Venerable Supappanyo Soratha. He has taught, if I still remember, dependent origination and some of other teachings as well. And he has helped me during my absence for around 1 month. He have lead the class. So you still remember him well. Number 3, Venerable Kasapahun Kamra, who has presented about Samatha and Vipassana meditation. Number 4, Prapanyamaninyana Hasinghai. He has presented about the way to highest blessings based on Mangala Sutta. And finally, His Excellency Mr. Sen Kung, he has presented about the first sermon discourses, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, and the meaning of Nibbana. And we have 2 lecturers from United States of America. That is Venerable Sanatha Vihari from USA. He has presented the 3 universal marks of existence. And this Friday, he will be interviewed by Sister Jenny in our Friday Dhamma Sandana discussion. So you can follow the Facebook Live about his background, how he become a monk, and how he come in touch with the Dhamma and so on. Then we have Venerable Kusala from Sri Lanka, currently also resides at USA. He has presented with us the Satipatthana Sutta, the establishments of mindfulness. And finally, we have five, I believe 5 or 6. Yeah, we have a lot of number from Myanmar. We have 6 different lecturers from Myanmar. First, we have Sayadaw Venerable Revata. He taught about the Four Noble Truths. And then Sayadaw Dr. Sopaka, the training of wisdom. Sayadaw Ven Isariya, the training of concentration. Sayadaw Ven Revata, an overview of the middle path in daily application. And then we have the Burmese nun, Syale Yasananti. She has presented us the loving kindness meditation based on Metta Sutta. And finally, Syama Dr. Tiri Nyun, she has presented in our class the training of morality. So these are all the names of the instructors. We can see all together makes 13. So within this 6-month courses, we have studied with 13 different instructors, and this is the very first test we have. We have initiated. Dhammika Academy has initiated such a program for the very first time in our history, that we open the floors to our students to experience the teaching from different teachers from different countries. So I believe that some of you will find yourself improved with different methods of the teaching from different teachers. And I hope that in the future we will conduct such a course for those who really need, the teaching in English, and especially for those who live abroad, or like foreigners or Cambodian American or Cambodian who doesn't speak Cambodian. So that way they have the chance to understand the Dhamma. We're gonna open that again soon next year. But we have to be more strict with the rules and discipline as well. But this course I have not restricted with the, with the law, rules and regulations, simply because I want to test out how many of our Cambodian students can catch up with such a platform, with such a program in English. So after one course, I have more experience. I have understood more how we can put that into a better course for the next term. And what I really expect from all of you is that you learn by heart, because this is a rare opportunity that nobody will do that, nobody will do that. So I have tried my best to impart the knowledge, whatever I can, especially to, take the advantage of the opportunity because I have a good communication with many good teachers around the world, I can say. Because of my work, I have been, connected with many great scholars, many great Buddhist scholars around the world. So there's more good things to come that I want to connect our Dhammika Academy to the international Buddhist institutions around the world. So this is just a start, and I believe that for those who pay more attention, you will gain success through learning through this platform. It's not difficult, just get into Zoom and start learning, because nowadays with the modern technology, we can do something more apart from attending school physically. But we can join, online wherever we are. We can always connect it to, to classroom and so on. And I like to inform also that just to remind for those who have not fill in the form, tomorrow is the last day. So far, I have received only 16 students who have submitted the form. This is the name that we will issue the certificate. So if you have not done yet, tomorrow is the last day for the form. Anyway, I'd like to end my review. What you have seen just now is all the lessons that we have come across. And I mean, it's not about what we have learned, but it's about what we will keep in mind from what we have learned. This is really important. That's why Venerable Sorata and Mr. Pruntoy will present more, you know, the steps after having studied all the theories of the teaching. How should we apply to our daily life? This is very important in studying the Buddha's teaching. It's not about just gaining knowledge. It's not about just collecting information, but it's about what we put those information into daily life. This is going to be very useful if we know how to apply the Buddha's teaching to our daily life. So I wish all of you the best of luck. And last one, I would like to just give a alert about the certificate ceremony. I will announce later as well, because not only for Buddhism in English level 4, but the student from level 2, level 3. So including this level 3, level 4, we're gonna issue the certificate in the certificate ceremony to be conducted in December 24 in Batie district, Kampong Cham province, because we will have another special opening ceremony, also the groundbreaking ceremony to build our Dhammika Academy International in Kampong Cham province. So I take that opportunity to deliver the certificate during that time, because we have invited most of our senior lecturers and also the hosts from United States as well will be joining in that event. So please stay updated. I will inform later on as well in all the classes about our upcoming certificate ceremony, because the Buddhism in English level 1 that is taught by Mr. Pruntoy, we already issued a certificate in person. That time it was conducted at Panya Sastra University of Cambodia, Phnom Penh, presented by Dr. Kolpeng as well. But this time it's gonna be more exciting, because we're gonna hold the certificate ceremony at the location of our Dhammika Academy. So I'd like to invite all of you in advance before. So later on I will update more the full information, the detail about our ceremony, where we celebrate, and the date as well. So thank you so much, and I wish all students success in your study and in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Venerable Soktivi. So now I will give the floor to Venerable Supapanyarata Sor, Vice President of the Dhammika Academy International. He will be presenting the relation between Pariyatti and Patipatti. Floor is yours.
Okay, Nyam, can you get my voice?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
My homage to the Triple Gem, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. My respect to venerable monks present here, and also my best regard to our students present here also. Today I have a great honor and privilege to be in this important event, the closing event. Firstly, I would like to say congratulations to all participants who just finished this course, successfully finished this course, important course, Buddhism in English level 4. You have learned a lot from the course, and you have also practiced a lot after the lecture, you have another minutes, another around 20 or 30 minutes to discuss with your classmate. And as as Venerable Principal said earlier, I am here for 1 month as he was away with his busyness. So I have to manage the class for 1 month. And I learned that, I observed that this is the, the privilege for all of you to learn, to absorb the knowledge from the presenter, not only from Cambodia, but also abroad, from USA, from Sri Lanka, from Myanmar. From Myanmar, most of them are my teacher and my lecturers, so we can learn a lot together. As our Venerable Principal present you what you have covered during the course, about 5 or 6 months. So I would like to say congratulations for all of you. And in this important event, the closing event, and I am invited to present about the relation between Pariyatti and Paribatti. Of course, as you are aware that Buddhism is the teaching that provide you happiness, provide you benefit. The benefit not only in the present life, but also in hereafter, in the future. Is only if you practice, you learn and practice well. As I said earlier, in order to attain the enlightenment, in order to gain enlightenment of the Lord Buddha, fulfill the perfection, what we call in Pali, parami, in his previous life, uncountable births in his previous life, in order to gain enlightenment. He practiced for the aiming, what we call in Pali Chariya, of course. We call the first one Puttati Chariya, the noble practice aiming at becoming a Buddha. Becoming a Buddha in order to lecture, in order to teach beings, And the second one, it is Jnatacharya, the noble practice aiming at the benefit or the welfare of his own relatives. And the last one, Lokatacharya, the noble practice aiming at the welfare of all sentient beings. So if we say in short, there are two noble practice that the Buddha, accumulate, fulfill the perfection during his previous existence in order to help himself, for the benefit of himself, what we call in Pali, attahita, for the benefit, for the welfare of himself, to gain enlightenment, to become the fully enlightened Buddha. And he did not, just become the Buddha, but he helped all beings, sentient beings, through teaching, lecturing his Dhamma, his teaching to sentient beings. So he practice for the welfare of other beings, of sentient beings as well. After he got enlightenment, the Buddha start his journey to spread, to propagate the teaching. As I said in the last class, in the first, the first versa, the first Ren retreat, he spent his time in Varanasi, in Isipatana, the deer park, with other bhikkhu, other monks, altogether 61, and him become the first Arahanta, the first 61 Arahanta. After the versa, he said to the bhikkhu, to the 60 bhikkhu, go forth, O monk, O bhikkhu, for the good of many, for the happiness of many, out of your compassion for the good, for the happiness, for the benefit of God and man. You know, so from today on, he together with his disciple Arahanta started to propagate, started to spread the teaching, what we call in Pali Sasana Brahmacharya, to be beautiful in the beginning, to be beautiful in the middle, and also at the end. The beginning we refer to the sila or morality. The middle we refer to concentration, and at the end we refer to panya, what we call wisdom. So the Buddhism, all the Buddha teaching, we can cover in 3 aspects. What we call the first one pariyati, the second one padabati, and the third one padaveta. Pariyati, what is pariyati? Pariyati refer to the doctrinal aspect, the stage of learning. The padipati refer to the practical aspect or the stage of practicing the teaching. And the last one, padaveta, it is about the realizable aspect or the realizing of the teaching, So there are 3 aspects in Buddhism, as I said earlier. Pariyati, the learning of the doctrine. Padipati, the learning, the practicing of the doctrine, and also realizing, attaining magga, phala, and nibbana, past fruition and the ultimate bliss. We left out the last one, ultimate bliss, or attaining magga, phala, and nibbana, the padaveta, but we discuss about the relation between the first 2, pariyati, learning, and also the padipati, practicing. Pariyati is the first stage, the fundamental stage. We cannot, escape, leave it away, because in Buddhism we need to go step by step, just like the bank of the sea, of the ocean. We go step by step. So start from the first stage. It is pariyati, the learning of the teaching. In pariyati, as in my class, maybe around English, Buddhism English level 3, I also presented about this topic, about the intention of learning. There are 3 intentions of learning. The first one, alakatu pama pariyati. The second one, nisaranatha pariyati. The third one, banda karika pariyati. Alakatu pariyati. Pariyati is learning, of course. Upama, that means the simile. Alakatu, that means the snake, the poisonous snake. This kind of learning is just like with this, learning as the simile of catching a wrong snake. Wrong crabs or wrong catch of the snake. This kind of learning is to learn in order to gain or to win popularity, just to gain popularity, or to win any 4 requisites, just like to gain robe, to gain food, to gain dwelling place, and also medicine, just gaining anything, just gaining popularity. There might be other reason as well, but it is just like the wrong crabs, the wrong crutch of the snake. If we cut the snake by its tail, the head will come and bite him. So if we are clever enough, we need to catch the snake by its head. So it will be never have the opportunity to come back and bite us. So the first kind of learning, the first intention of learning is the wrong learning. To learn just to win the popularity, to gain the 4 requisites, of course, 4 pacaya, of course. And the second one is nisaranatha pariyati. It is the right one. To learn in order to to gain liberation, to attain emancipation. It is motivated to study, to learn by our Lord Buddha, to cross the ocean, to cross in order to get away from the round of rebirths, the long round of rebirths. Of course, this is the righteous and perfect learning by us as a Buddhist. And this the last one, Pahandakarika Pariyati, it is not our duty. It is the learning of the Arahanta. You know, as you are aware, the Arahanta, or those who totally uprooted all defilement, Lopa, Dosa, Moha, become Arahanta. So he has no any duty to study more, because his duty to study is all for them. But it is from the true heart, from the the pure intention of the Arahant, just like Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Moggallana. They still study in order to keep become the story, the treasury of the teaching of the Buddha, become to prevent or to preserve the teaching from the Buddha. Just like the teaching of the Buddha can still in nowadays can handing from one generation to generation, coming from the Arahanta, from those who totally uprooted the defilement, but they still learn by heart in order to store, in order to preserve the teaching of the Buddha until nowadays. So there are these three kinds of learning. The first one, it is wrong learning, and the second one, it is the righteous learning, and the third one, it is about the learning of the Arahanta in order to preserve the teaching of the Buddha. It is motivated to learn the second one. Only the second one can become, the righteous and perfect learning, and then we can put into practice, of course. The first one cannot put into practice, even though, one can memorize all the teaching of the Buddha. I would like to say a little bit about the teaching of the Buddha. The teaching of the Buddha are totally, numbered in 84,000 units, and we divide into three baskets: Pedaka, or basket; Vinaya Pedaka, the basket of discipline; Satanta Pedaka, the basket of discourse; and the basket of higher teaching or ultimate teaching, that is the Abhidhamma Pedaka. And in Vinaya Pedaka, there are 21,000 units. Satanta Pedaka also 21,000 units, and the last one, Abhidhamma, 42,000 units, altogether 84,000 units. So it is become the pariyati. Only we learn this kind of teaching. Only we learn Vinaya. Only we learn Satanta, only we learn Abhidhamma, 9 chapters, or so on and so forth, the 7 scriptures of the Abhidhamma. So pariyati here, or learning here, we do not include with other kind of teaching, with other kind of knowledge, just like secular subject, management, or law, or any scientific subject, but only we learn the teaching of the Buddha. Only we learn the teaching of the Buddha. Just like I mentioned earlier, the 84,000 of the unit of the teaching of the Buddha that the Buddha taught for 45 years, for 45 years in his present as the Buddha. So it has become the righteous teaching, the righteous learning, if we learn it well. Actually, we all cannot learn all the teaching of the Buddha, 84,000 unit of the Buddha, taught by the Buddha, but we can learn somehow in Vinaya, somehow in Satanta, somehow in in Abhidhamma, to get some knowledge so that we can put into practice. As Buddhism need to go step by step. The first thing we need to learn in Vinaya, in Vinaya rule of the Buddha, those who become a monk need to live under the protection of his preceptor Upajjhaya for 5 years. These 5 years he can learn something from his preceptor. He can learn the meditation technique from his preceptor. After 5 years, he can go to on his journey to practice the teaching. So parayatti is the learning, the scriptures we need to learn by heart, or to gain something that we can apply in our daily life, in our daily application. If we do not learn well, we cannot practice well. The practice here refer to training or cultivating oneself according to the past, to purify oneself. The Buddha explained the function and the purpose of cultivating, of developing the morality, developing the concentration, developing the wisdom in order to cease, for the cessation, for the abandoning of the three roots, greed, hatred, and delusion. That is the main root of the defilement. Only when we uproot these three roots, only when we abandon these three roots, and then we can attain the Magga, Phala, and Nibbana, past fruition and ultimate bliss. But how can we practice? How can we train? How can we cultivate ourselves in order to abandon these three roots? We need to learn well. We need to try to observe well. And how can we observe well? In order to observe well, to learn well, we need to associate with the wise, to learn from the wise well, of course. In this sasana, we should not only learn the scripture, learn the teaching. We need to put into practice as well. Learning without practicing, the learning is meaningless. The knowledge is meaningless. So we need to put into practice. Just like in Buddhism, we already study about the law of dependent origination. Something exists because of its proper cause. There is nothing happen in our life without cause. There is cause, there is effects, of course. So we need to accept that the law of karma, the law of cause and effect. So we can put into practice. We need to accept the reality. We need to accept the truth that we become human being, we become rich, become beautiful, and we become learned because of its proper cause. Without a cause, there is no effect. So if we want the effect to be good, to be perfect, we need to do. We need to practice the good cause for the proper effect, of course. So in order to gain, in order to attain the Magga, Phala, and Nibbana, we need to go through step by step. We need to learn at first time, to learn, try to absorb, just like we learn from the course. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. Now we come to level 4, and there are also another course we need to absorb, we need to learn. And then after we learn, we need to practice. We need to practice the sasana, practice the teaching, practicing without learning, just like walking, but we don't know where to walk, where to go. So we need to know where to go, what to do, something like that. And learning without practicing knowledge or teaching is meaningless. So in order to attain the Paraveta, the last aspect in Buddhism, Magga, Phala, and Nibbana, we need to learn well, we need to practice well, and then how we can practice, we need to have, the heart, the good intelligence in order to apply well into our daily life, of course. So this is the relation between parayati and padipati that I have presented. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Venerable Sword. Yes, so our next on agenda is we will have Mr. Toy Pung on the importance of Buddhist studies in English. He is a curriculum development committee of DAI. So Toy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, sister. Can you get my voice clearly?
Nice and clear, thank you.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to pay my respect to the Triple Chain, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and to all venerable monks here, especially most venerable Manipatos of the week. I would like to say very good evening from Cambodia, and maybe good morning to sister in the US and other part of the world. It's my great honor to be here in this auspicious event, which is the closing ceremony of the Dhammika class of Buddhism in English level 4. So congratulations, everyone. To be here with all of you, it reminds me the first day of the course that we started together, and I can see some of the students here who started from level 1 Buddhism in English with me during 2022, the 3rd of January. So some of you are still here. And that's wonderful. I'm so happy to be here, and the topic that I was given to present with all of you it is not like to teach anymore, but just to share what from my understanding. And the topic is about the importance of Buddhist studies, particularly in Buddhist study in English. And I do believe that by studying Buddhism in English with Venerable Saktivi, as well as the other teachers and master so far, all of you have gained the idea what the importance of Buddhist study is by yourself. But just today, what I would like to share with all of you about the importance or the essence of Buddhist study here, like I just want to, to draw the attention on what is Buddhist study. So when we talk about the importance of Buddhist study, we need to know what is Buddhist study. So Buddhist study is the study of Buddhism, and I do believe all of you know that Buddhism we refer to the teaching of the Buddha, that he spent his life for 45 years of teaching after the enlightenment. So those are called the teaching of the Buddha, and those are the Buddhism. When we learn the teaching of the Buddha, we learn Buddhism. So what is the importance of it? So, when we study the teaching of the Buddha, we realize that what is the ultimate goal of Buddhism? What is the ultimate goal of the Buddha? That why he spends so many years teaching Buddhism or spreading the Dharma to the world. So, from my understanding, there is only one main purpose, or we can say the ultimate goal of the Buddha is to be enlightened. Yeah. So it is not so far what we are doing right now to try to study the teaching of the Buddha is also to, to help ourselves to understand or to gain the realization according to what we believe. When we understand and practice, we also can get the result. It's also related with what Venerable Sorata has just mentioned about the relationship between the pariyatti and padipatti, which is the learning and the practicing. So in order to get the right practice, we need to gain the right knowledge first. So the essence of the Buddhist study, especially the Buddhist study in English, it is a part that it will help us to understand the true teaching of the Buddha. It is not the blind belief, but it is the the wisdom that we gain from the course. So according to the Buddha teaching, the main teaching of the Buddha, we refer to the Four Noble Truths, and in order to realize, to get the realizations, the Buddha also teach about the Noble Eightfold Path, which is to get the right understanding. So we start from right understanding. So when we study the teaching of the Buddha, the more we study, the more we gain insight, the more we gain wisdom. So we can, get the right understanding to have the right practice. So if we want to get the right place that we, want to achieve for final goal in life, which is the Nibbana or the enlightenment or realization, the term that we use. So we need to start from right understanding. So when we have the right understanding, it help us to have the right practice, so we can reach the the realization. In Buddhist teaching also teaches about the threefold training, which is the morality, the concentration of meditation, and the wisdom. So when we study the Buddhist teaching, either in Khmer or in English or in any other language, we will gain more like wisdom concentrations, and like in Pali term, sila, samadhi, panya. So we also can improve the morality for ourselves. So okay, the importance of study Buddhism, for my understanding, to conclude, is that to help us to get the right knowledge, that we can get to the right goal, or the ultimate goal of the Buddhism, which is the realization. So I do believe that all the venerable brother and sister here, that you have learned from venerable and other master, also gains more. And I would like to express my feeling and attitude to most vulnerable Saktivi, especially all the Dhammika team that has spent your efforts and time in organize the class. And I would like to say congratulations to all vulnerable and all the students of the Buddhism in English level 4. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Toy. Now Sister Sotiri is not feeling well, and so I am going to present. There are seven selected students. I'm going to present to see if each students, those seven, will will have some messages. And so the first student, it will be, is it Christine Ely? Sorry if I pronounced the name, the last names wrong. Christine, are you here with us?
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Okay, all yours.
Okay, well, first I want to pay homage to the Triple Dim, to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, and give my deepest respects to all venerable monks. Learning through since April when we started, I find that Wednesdays is wonderful days for me. This has been an amazing journey to be on with this class, and I've learned a lot from just knowing about how to take care of our altar and make sure you have good space to be able to do meditation and to be able to pay homage to the Buddha. I really appreciate every single instructor. They've all come from different places in their lives, and it's been an amazing experience to get to learn from each instructor. I especially loved learning about the statues and cleaning the statues and knowing that, you know, we might be cleaning the dust off, but we're also cleaning the unwholesome parts of ourselves, and we are extinguishing the fires inside. And that really meant a lot to me to learn. My favorite is about meditation. Each instructor that taught about meditation that really is close to my heart. I love learning about that and being able to bring a peace to my inner self, which helps my interactions with others through my daily life. Meditation is important to me. And I just want to, again, give my thanks. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to get to be in the class. It's the first time I've been in a Buddhism class like this, and it's been such a joy. I've been just overwhelmed with the amount of love that I feel between everyone, and learning about loving kindness even more. And that is something that I'll keep in my daily life every day. So I just want to again give thanks to all the instructors, all the venerables, and all the other students who participated and helped me learn through my journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's beautiful, Christina. Thank you for sharing. And so, our next student will be Melanie Lim. So Melanie, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, and good morning and good evening from USA. And first, I would like to. My name is Melanie Lim, and I would like to pay my homage to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. And I would like to pay my respect to all the master who taught this class, especially the Venerable Master Sokthevi, who the leader of this Dhammika Life Academy International. And and to all my classmates who attend this course, and just stay put in until you finish this course together. And I am very fortunate to attend the Buddhism in English level 4. I have learned new Dhamma terminology, and hearing different speeches and lectures, and to develop new knowledge in the Dhamma from different uniqueness master and also from the classmate as well. And through this class, I have learned a great deal about the Four Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Paths, the Wheel of Life, the Conditioned Genesis, and the 3 characteristics of existence, the impermanent, the suffering, and the non-self. That is really caught my mind, and not many people that understand what is non-self mean, why is non-self, why is this is not yours, and the rising and the passing away of the Nama and Rupa, the meditation technique and practice. And the last one was stick in my mind right now is the Metta Bhavana, the last lesson that we learned lately, the last week. This lesson helped me so much to, I can feel my body and my mind was cool down and relaxed. And my mindfulness was accelerate, knowing what I'm doing. It's just like I'm in peace. I'm so peaceful. And there is so many important lecture that was taught very fast because of the time frame is limited. But all the masters were doing their best to educate us. And I would like to thank all the beloved master for their commitment, their time, precious time and effort and kindness, and to put up with all of us who has so little knowledge and ignorance. And to the Dhammika Life Foundation and the Dhammika Academy International for providing many classes for us to learn to better ourselves. And my goal is, Buddha have his goal, but my goal is not that high as his, but my goal is to find peace, happiness, and to ease my suffering, to suppress the unwholesome. And I will continue to learn, to realize, to develop, and to practice and apply the Dhamma to my daily life. And this is not easy because the Dhamma terminology is so difficult to understand, but the effort, you have to have the right effort to put up with all of this and to absorb and to digest the lesson that you learn and read it more, understand it more, listen more, write down whatever you need to write down to memorize it or for your daily practice. That's what is my goal. And I would like all the students do that same thing. Don't give up. Don't get overwhelmed with the education because, one thing at a time. So I used to have a lot of greed with learning. So I got overwhelmed and that's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to study so much to learn, so much to absorb. But now I learn how to suppress my no-pat by learning one thing at a time. It's my pace, allow me to do. And thank you so much for letting me in this class and for the speech today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's lovely. Thank you. Now I would like to request, is it Venerable Ma Vichai? Are you here with us?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
the floor is yours.
So, very good evenings and good mornings to our venerables. First of all, I would like to pay my homage to the triple teams, the Buddhas, the Dhammas, and the Sanghas. I would like to pay my sincere respects to Venerable Soktuvis, President of Dhammika Life Foundations, Dhammika Academy International, and the authors of the books Dhammika Terminologies, who made this course possible. I'm really honored to be able to speak on behalf of all level 4 students, to express my thoughts and reflect on what I have learned throughout the semesters. Actually, I'm really grateful to all lecturers, instructors who spend their valuable times teachings and guiding all the students about the Buddha teachings and English terminology in Buddhism. Moreover, I'm really grateful to the organizer, especially who give their time to facilitate and support the teachings, and especially to all the students who really paid attention and actively participated in the classes. Even though it is only a short time for us to observe and learn the concepts of Buddhism, but all the lessons are really useful for our daily lives to practice for the pursuits of happiness. It depends on the individual, the capacities of individual to catch up the lessons. So to reflect on what I have learned in this course, I believe that from my perspective, learning and sharing is the vital way to spread and permeate the teaching of the Buddhas throughout the world, because the concept of Buddhism are truly practical and helpful for all peoples, that they can take into practice and to purify their minds and to develop beautiful worlds to peaceful worlds. And to achieve a better quality of life, we must constantly learn. This, based on my perspectives, I believe that life is a learning journey. We cannot stop learning. The more we learn, the more we know. The more we share, the more we understand. Last but not least, I would like to wish all venerables, presenters, instructors, students, may you all be healthy, happy, and free from physical and mental sufferings. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now I would like to request Venerable Kun Kien. Are you here with us? Oh, excuse me. Okay. Yeah, so are you here with us, Venerable Kun Kien?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, so the floor is yours. So tell us.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I would like to pay my deepest respect to the three triple gems, such as Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Namaskara all Pantes and Venerables. Good evening, all lay people. It is my great honor to have been chosen to be one of the speakers tonight. My name is Kien Kun. I'm one of the students in Buddhism in English level 4 class, and I reside in Botipruk Monastery, Tabongpong Province, Cambodia. I would like to show my gratitude to Dhammika Life founder, Bhante Sokthevi, and all the people involved for spending so many resources to hold such a good class and many other classes. You guys have contributed so much more than I can say, such as time, physical strength, and mental strength. Your hard work has been providing such a good way to allow people from overseas to learn something new regardless of any obstacle. Moreover, Bhante Sokthevi even tried to invite many magnificent instructors from different places, both in and outside the country, apart from teaching by himself. To have done such a thing, Pante did sacrifice a lot, and I appreciate it. I would like to pay my gratitude to all the instructors who have done so much for us. You spend so much time both in researching and instructing us. Your teaching techniques are awesome. We all are fortunate to have learned from you all. You have instructed the lesson, guided the road, and paved the way for us to understand more about the Buddha's teaching. There is nothing much that I can do but say thanks, and may you all live in happiness. And this course is amazing. First of all, it is online, so it is easy to access and save so much time. Even when we are traveling, we still manage to join the class. And second, it has a variety of instructors who come up with different topics that can help widen students' knowledge. Sometimes some topic we used to study, yet we are not clear, especially the students' knowledge is not the same. That means one instructor cannot help all kinds of students. Therefore, different teachers are the best solution, I believe. When the different instructors come up with that topic, we understand because of their unique technique. And third, once we understand, we can apply those instructions in real life, that we'll have to improve our living standards and social condition standards. Since all the instruction, the Dhamma, are related to the world and human beings, so this course is one of the best in factors to have the world. Hence, all students out here should use the knowledge that we gain from this course to have society by starting to have people around us. That is one of the best ways to make use of our knowledge. That's my time. Thank you so much.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now I would like to request Venerable Unrit. Venerable Unrit, are you here with us?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I wish that all the speakers that is talking, I wish they turned their camera, because I love to see who they look like. Okay, the floor is yours.
Let me try.
Okay, there you go. And that's why I go.
First of all, let me pay homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And second, let me respect Venerable Master Saktivi, and also all the teachers and all venerable. And also let me say good evening from Cambodia to all Dhamma sisters and brothers in this Zoom meeting. And today I have a great honor being invited to speak on behalf of all my classmates. And also I just want to express my feelings and also briefly reflect of what I have learned so far from attending this course. I can say that it is very beneficial for me. There are main reason that this course can providing me. First one is that by attending this course, I can gain more knowledge, gain more insight or wisdom from this course, because this course providing us about ways of life. Yeah, ways of life. And when we attend this course, we can gain more data. Yeah, the data is very beneficial for us to analyze, for us to predict, or for us to make such a clear and good decisions for our daily living. This is the first one. And the second one is this course also providing me, not only me, also everyone's
related with communication skill, because sometimes as I live in Cambodia, maybe it's hard to find partners to practice, my language, especially English. So this platform also good for me as a learner to share my ideas, also to learn from different speakers, different instructors, because they are teachers from USA, teacher from Myanmar, also teacher from Cambodia. So they are different types of teachers, so I can learn from them as well. And the last one, the third one, is that I can say that the 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 first one and the second one is depend on the last one is terminology. I can say that different major or different subject has different terminology. Sometimes the words are the same, but the meaning is very different. For example, when I study international relation, there are many terminology for that major. For those who study law, they have legal terms. For those who study medicine, they have medical terms. So for us all who learn about Buddhism in English, so there are also Dhamma terminology that we have to learn as well. So Dhamma terminology is very important. That's why this course can provide me and provide everyone about this one. So last but not least, I want to say thank you and thank you to all my teachers. That you have shared all the insightful knowledge to me and to all my classmates. And before I end my speech, I would like to may you all be happy and well, be free from physical pain and mental suffering. So I would like to end my talk now, and thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. How do you feel to be on the Venerable Unrit? How do you feel to be able to show your face on the screen? See, you look so lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we'd like to request Venerable Jan Savandi. Are you here with us?
Yes, Yom, could you hear me?
The floor is yours, Venerable.
So first, I would like to Firstly, I would like to pay my homage to the triple gems, the Buddhas, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. My deepest and sincerely respected toward both Pante Master, which were Pante Master Manipoto Sokthewi and Pante Master Saratha, for providing such a great program for tonight and at the end of the class. And also respected to all Pante and Venerable who presented here, and greeting to Nyom Byung Thoi, Nyom Sekhan, and all of their classmates who were here today. So as for my experience, I think in this greatest course provided me a lot, such as the way of learning, and also by these platforms or this course, I might say I could enhancing myself of learning the Buddha's teaching in English, since I'm not that old ordinate as the man. So, and I always looking forward to participate or learning Buddhism in English by myself. But I might I could say, but during that time I might not gain lots of perspective or right knowledge yet, because I didn't have any master. But now, since Pante organized this insightful course, it provided me lots, especially to enhancing myself of learning. And by learning or participating in this course, I've gained lots and lots of knowledge and news, understanding and right understanding toward Buddhism, and especially in English. It's not just only provided me insights knowledge or enhancing my way of understanding in Buddhism, but also provided me a lot of beneficial related to English, that I could enhancing my speech in English. I could communicate with our classmates and asking and answering questions related to our lesson. And I encountered lots and lots of insightful knowledge that were provided by various of literature from different country and from different part of the world. And last but not least, I would like to wish everyone, both Pandey Master, all venerable, and all everyone in this participation room, that everyone may enjoy four blessings of the Buddha, which were longevity, happiness, good health, and physical strength. And this could be my speech, and I'm such honored to be offered an opportunity to deliver my gratitude speech for this program. And once again, I'm really grateful to Pante for organizing this greatest cause that could orientate my way of understanding throughout my monthlyhood. So that will all. Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely picture. I see a gold what behind you. Thank you so much. So our next and last individual student, Venerable Kong Bros, are you here with us?
Why not?
Hello.
Hello.
All respect to you. The floor is yours.
Thank you. First of all, let me show my hearted respect to the triple gym, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, and the community of the Sangha. And respect to Most Venerable Master Maniputta Sokthevi, the principal of the Dhammika Academy International, Most Venerable Suphapanyo Sorata, my former lecturer, and he also the wife principal of the Dhammika Academy International. And good evening, Mr. Thoi Prung. You are my best friend. I work with you. Yeah. And greeting everyone. How have you been doing? I'm doing great. And good evening and good morning, everyone from everywhere. I, Venerable Kong Bros, I would like to express myself and take this amazing opportunity to convey my opinions about the subject matter and my profound gratitudes to both local and foreign professors on the behalf of all level 4 students, since I have studying the Buddhism in English level 3 and a level 4 at the Dhammika Academy International. I have discovered something fresh in the Lord Buddha scientific teachings. This course, I think in particular, it has been designed specifically and officially for adult learners and old adult learners, not just adult learner, old, very old adult learner, to study both Dhamma theories and the practices. I think there are 23 different subject matters and different keynote speakers who were specifically invited to share with all of us as far as I can understand. So here, my preference are now separated into 3 sections. First one is weekly contents that I will be discussed in the following statements, and the second one is about my heartfelt gratitude for all the classroom instructors for the invaluable times, the efforts, the mental and physical energies that they devote for all of us as students. And lastly, will be some memorable remark for you, teachers or lecturers. I think you all have understood very well the differences based on the different weeks that have been shared by different local and global classroom interactors. For example, in the week 1, as Venerable Masters have just shared, he taught us about the general introduction, how to use the Pali, Romanite, Pali pronunciations, and how to use that. I think I can learn from it very well. Since the beginning of the class, sometimes I cannot do it well, but after finish, I can write it well. How to use the Pali pronunciation and romanization. And in the week 2, he also shared with us about who was the Buddha, what is the triple gem, and how to take the refugees. Sometimes this word are quite new for us Buddhists, but after finish this class, I have understand it very well. And most popular term is the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Paths. You know, that I can compare that the Four Noble Truths or Eightfold Paths is the problem and the solution of the people's life. For example, suffering, the way that lead to the suffering, the origin of suffering, the solution or the path that lead to end the suffering. When we compare the problem or solution, it's similar, very similar. And then most Venerable Saratha share the 5 fundamental concepts and the benefit of observing 5 precepts. I think you all understand very well. The basic theories of the Buddhism is the 5 precepts, and when we take the 5 precepts, we will gain some benefits. For example, we can live in the social harmonies. We will live freely without carrying any criminal cases that will happen to us. And in the week 5, it will share by Venerable Ravata, the Four Noble Truths, 12 aspects of the wisdom, and the 3-fold suffering, 3 craving, 2 kinds of nibbana, and 2 kinds of the trainings. And in the week 6, it was shared by Most Venerable Sayadaw Dr. Sopaka on the wisdom, right wisdom, and a wrong wisdom, right thought and a wrong thought. It's not just like wisdom is a right wisdom. Sometimes it has a wrong wisdom, sometimes, yeah, because it's mostly held by the white people. Even though in a current context now, people, even though the wise, they still have the wrong concepts of the Buddhism. And in the week 7, it was shared by Sayadaw Dr. Theret Yanut on the training of the moralities, and 9, 10 precepts, right speaks, right action, and right livelihoods, and the benefit of observing the 5 precepts. In the weeks 8 and the weeks 9, it's shared by Venerable Ravata and Venerable Saratha and Venerable Sokthevi also share about the dependent origination or Padicca Samubada. I love this theory. Yeah, it is a very insightful framework when I study, and even though the philosopher or modern scientists they could not formulate this framework. This framework is very complicated when we study it in more detail. When there is an A, there will cause an B. When there is I, there will be U. When there is ignorant, it will motivate to have the volitional formation and extra. I think I love this theory. And the 3 universal marks, the theory that mainly focus on impermanence, suffering, and non-self. Most people rejects non-self because they hold the concept I, you, and we, they. Yeah, but sometimes this concept is just a conventional truth, not ultimate truth. And I think there are a lot of insightful information that I have learned through. So I could say that the lessons cannot be mentioned in just 5 minutes. And secondly, I am interested in expressing my personal passions and gratitude to the program instructor for establishing this level for Buddhism in English. This seminar teaches us how to use the Pali language, how to communicate effectively in the Dhamma discussion and a breakout room, and exactly how to learn with regional and global panelists with their practical concept and the best sharings. And finally, I would like to confer with every one of you a very great speech by the Buddha. The giving the Dhamma exalt all gifts, and the taste of the Dhamma exalt all tastes. The delight of the Dhamma exalts all delights. So the Dhamma should not be sold, should not be purchased. In order to respect the Buddha, the Dhamma teacher or the Dhamma maker should be freely should be freely taught, should be freely learned, and overall it should be shared to all the people to understand about the ultimate goals. So my last word is that I would like to wish all of you achieve all these 4 goals. May all beings have happiness, and the cause of the happiness, have a true love. And the second one, may you all be free from suffering and inner and outer cause of the sufferings, which is compassion. And the third one, may all be separate from mental illness. And the last one, may you abide in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion, which is called equanimity. So it's just a short sharing from me. Sincerely thank Venerable Kung Pros.
Thank you so much, Hante. Sister Sakon already left for her work in USA. It's already very early in the morning, and I am very, very happy and content hearing the sharing of our students, especially the selected 7 students, and I believe that other students may have similar ideas, but we don't have enough time for everyone to express your idea. Venerable Kung Pros just share a very great summary of what he has learned for during this 6 months course. And he recently just volunteered to help our Dhammika Academy in the educational research, as he is a specialist in educational research and also in writing the curriculum and also the publishment of the book. So I'm happy to have him volunteer in this part. And we also looking for many other volunteers to help, because for the Dhammika Academy, we gonna have more works to do, especially in terms of writing curriculum for Buddhism in English, and also the publishment. For next month, we're gonna publish another book. Mostly the book that we're gonna publish will be in at least 2 versions of language: the Cambodian, the English, the Pali in both Cambodian and also Romanization. So it seems that the book that Dhammika Academy has been published mostly very unique, because we don't just publish the Cambodian, and I believe that we have lots of resources in Cambodian language, yet we don't have in English. So we need writers, especially Cambodian writers, to write Dhamma in English. And I'm working towards it, not only myself, but I have some other friends, some other good friends in the United States and also in Cambodia. We are working towards that, to publish Dhamma book in English for the sake of more resources to our Cambodian learners. This is something we are lacking, so we need to adapt. And I always believe that writing something with Cambodian and English version is really a need for our Buddhist education in Cambodia. So I need to do it. And I believe also our students will also have the encouragement to do the same after having studied course after course. And once again, I think the course that we have offer during these 4 or 5 years is not only about to just give knowledge to the young generation, but also to be able to educate the new young leaders, because I believe in the great potential of the young leaders, of the young generation. And I do not expect myself to teach alone all the time. What I really expect of all of you is that I want to see young generation who have great potential and great leadership and great knowledge to be able to be the next teacher or the next leader. So I truly confident that there will be potential young generation. So I encourage all of you, especially the student of Dhammika Academy, after learning, after two course, you will be able to impart your knowledge, pass on your knowledge to the young generation. Taking for example, today, earlier, we have just opened a new course for Sister Chub Dalai to start teaching the Buddha's life story in English. So see, Sister Dalai has been learning with our academy, learning Dhamma in English for about 4 years. And I see her potential in English language and also her knowledge that she keep learning has much improved. So it is time for, for her to continue to work and also to start teaching, because teaching is like double learning, right? We always believe that teaching always greater than just learning. You learn 10 times, but when you teach, just like you have learned many times, but when you start teaching, you double your knowledge from your teaching experience. So with that, I believe that our students here, you will have the encouragement and passion to be a teacher. And that's why in the form, Google form, I have raised the question that do you see yourself as a good teacher, and do you want to be a teacher? If there is such a class for Buddhism in English for beginners or for level 1, would you volunteer to teach? Because I want to see the young generation, start to become teacher, to become a leader. I don't expect myself to work alone. I would like to educate the young generation for them to be a great leaders. This is my hope. This is my only expectation. Popularity or whatever is not important. I mean, what important is to educate our next generation to be able to do that, since this field is very lacking, is shortcoming right now. We don't have many Cambodian monks who will do that on this field to teach Dhamma in English. So with modern time, we also need to be more modern. We need to develop ourselves to catch up with the modern world. We need to develop our knowledge with the modern world and to be able to teach the people in the modern area, the modern era. So this is very important that I'm looking forward and also would like to see that happen in our Dhammika Academy student. And finally, I'm just happy after hearing all of you expressing your ideas and especially your knowledge that has improved throughout the courses. And I don't expect that you will understand everything that the teachers pass on, but at least you have some, you gain some experience that, what is so meaningful about learning the Buddha's teaching, and not only us Cambodian that we are learning the Buddha's teaching, everywhere around the world, the Dhamma, the Buddha's teaching has been learning and has been put into practice in daily life. And we need to see how others Buddhists around the world are learning the Dhamma, are practicing the Dhamma. They put the Dhamma very dear and near to their heart, very close to their daily life, not only learning the teaching through your mouth, but they really apply that in their daily life. So they become a successful person, a successful businessman, simply because they have learned the Dhamma and they applied it. So I want to see our young generation to open the eyes and connect to the world. We're not only constricted with our country, our culture, but we need to open the eye to connect to the outer world, to the greater world. You need to see that. I believe I may be senior in terms of how I have come across in my life, in terms of traveling around the world, working with international friends. So I see the gap that is left for Cambodian monks. So I would like to see our monks get up, be strong, confident, be active in learning and also sharing. This is something very lack in comparing to the monks in Thailand, in Myanmar, and Sri Lanka, in USA. We really are lacking of the resources, human resources to spread the Dhamma. That's why Dhammika Academy hopes that we produce great teachers, we produce potential young generation, to keep up with this work. I alone cannot do this, cannot make successful in a big picture, but all of us can do it, with the solidarity. We have to work hard with this. I really spend myself a lot of time to work on this, but I never complain and I never give up. I know that for the start, everything is difficult, right? For the first time, but as you keep going, explaining, so people will see clearly your purpose and will see your achievement, then they will start to follow. If we cannot change the whole world, we start to change by ourselves, from ourselves. Giving a great example to young generation is indeed our obligation, the obligation of everyone. You will now become senior and senior year after year. So you become, as you become older, you also become, the old generation that you have to carry another responsibility to give example to your younger generation. This is something we need to bear in mind. That's why I always keep in my mind that I am senior, so I have the responsibility to give example for the young generation, what I can do or what I cannot do in my generation. People in the next generation, they will look into it, right? If we have not done something, they will blame us. They will put a blame. Those monks, they have learned Dhamma in English, but they never share. They never share. They never do anything. So the blame will be on us. But instead, if you have done something to the best of your ability, at least they appreciate, oh, at least this monk have tried their best to do something, but nobody interested in it. So it doesn't matter. At least they have tried it, So it all depends on how our young generation will view us, in the next years to come. So with that, I encourage all of you to go on with the learning, and learning not only for knowing for yourself, but to be able to share to others, and also to be able to help and liberate others from their suffering as well. This is very important in learning the Buddha's teaching. So without further ado, I'd like to conclude all this course with the blessing of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And I'd like to thank you everyone for all your support, for all your help during this course, and also the students who have participated attentively throughout the course. Your respect, your discipline for the academy has been witnessed, has been seen, that may not has been expressed, but it has been seen, it has been observed. So with that, I really appreciate your determination and your dedication to join our Dhammika Academy, and you become senior. You know, after many years to come, we will produce more young students, so that you in this platform will become senior generation. So I like to wish all of you the best to keep learning and to become the future great teacher. And with that, let us conclude with Bhavatu Sappa Mangalang and Sappe and Tukkapata to end our class with the blessing and also with the loving kindness meditation by the power of our good deed, good volition in studying the Dharma, in sharing the knowledge of the Buddha. I like to accumulate all the merit done through this good activity, Kusala Kamma. May you all be happy, be well, and may all beings in the whole universe be liberated from dukkha. May you attain peace and bliss, and may you be achieved in whatever you're looking for in life. Bhavatu Sappa Mangalang Rakhantu Sappa Devata Sappa Buddha Nuphavena Satta Soti Bhavantu Te. Bhavatu Sappa Mangalang Rakhantu Sappa Devata Sappa Dhamma Nuphavena Satta Soti Bhavantu Te. Bhavatu Sappa Mangalang Rakhantu Sappa Devata Sappa Sangha Nuphavena Satta Soti Bhavantu Te. May you all be well, be happy. May all devas protected you by the power of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. May you all be safe, be free from dangers. Tukkaha Pata Janet Tukkaha Payapata Jane Pahaya Soka Pata Jane Soka Hontu Sape Pepa No. May all beings be free from sorrow. May all beings be free from fear. May all beings be free from dangers and enmity. សូមអនុមោទនាណាសូមថ្វាយបង្គំលានិងចម្រើនពរលាញាតិញោមទាំងអស់គ្នាហើយយើងនឹងអាប់ដេតព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមតាមក្រោយទៀតទាក់ទងនឹង certificate ceremony. So we'll update more information later on. You just keep looking in the Telegram. Okay. Thank you. Good night and good morning.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namaskar, Bhai Kumar.